But the Supreme Court says Nnamdi Kanu has a case to answer to, and though the Apex Court said due process wasn't followed by the federal government as it violated the Extradition Act, it says that will not stop his trial from proceeding. Judiciary correspondent Celestina Area has more.
It was not a good day for Nnamdi Kanu's family and friends, as they are hoped that the Supreme Court would align itself with the judgment of the Court of Appeal. The Supreme Court swayed in another direction to say, although due process of criminal law was not followed, the federal government was in violation of Kenya Extradition Act and Nigerian Extradition Act. It does not render the trial an illegality. Justice Emmanuel Augim, who read the lead judgment, held that the violation of Mr. Kanu's right ought to have been filed by way of civil procedure. The lower court remained in the realms of sentiments in the case. Justice Augim asks if law enforcement means to do anything to enforce the law. He answers in the negative, as it does not mean to commit a crime to enforce the law. He says the court cannot uphold the judgment of the Court of Appeal.
The Supreme Court is the Supreme Court. What the Supreme Court says represents the law. We respect it. We go by it. We had hoped that it would come our way, but it has gone the other way.
Came very heavy on the security agencies, where they have in any way, impaired on the rights, the fundamental rights of the defendant. However, our laws have made very clear provision for remedy. Where there's such infraction on the right of the defendant, then you can such a defendant can go to the civil court.
Mr. Kanu has been in detention since June 2021, when he was rearrested in Kenya after the federal government was alleged to have forcefully extradited him to Nigeria. He was arraigned before the Federal High Court in Abuja on a 4-count charge of treasonable felony, conspiracy to commit treasonable felony, terrorism, illegal importation of radio equipment.
Extract from the ruling of the Supreme Court today, Khan as the father of the nation, issue a broadcast and then issue knowledge, discontinue the trial and grant him unconditional bail and commence the process for political and political solutions to the matter.
Although the Supreme Court sympathized with Mr. Kanu on how he was extraordinarily renditioned to Nigeria, the court says the law must remain the law. With this judgment, Mr. Kanu will have to go back to the Federal High Court Abuja and appear before Justice Binta Nyanku to answer to the remaining 7-count charges against him. Celestina Area, TVC News, Abuja.